Have you ever wondered if your everyday meals might be silently impacting your kidney health, even when you feel like you're eating well? It's a common concern, and you are absolutely not alone in asking if there's a secret to truly kidney-friendly cooking. Well, here's the great news. Understanding just a few simple adjustments right in your own kitchen can totally transform healthy ingredients into powerful allies for these vital organs. Today, we're going to shine a light on the top 5 cooking errors that can unknowingly turn even wholesome foods into kidney stressors, and we'll offer straightforward ways for you to avoid them for your long-term wellness. Number 1. Overusing salt and sodium-rich seasonings. All right, let's kick things off with number 1, and it's a big one. Overusing salt and sodium-rich seasonings. It turns out one of the most common things we do in the kitchen that can unintentionally strain our kidneys is simply using too much salt and other sodium-packed seasonings. Now, we all know salt adds a lot of flavor, right? But consuming it in excess actually leads to increased blood pressure, and that, my friends, places a pretty significant burden on your kidneys. Think about it. These hardworking organs are constantly filtering your blood, and when your blood pressure is high, their job becomes much, much harder, potentially leading to damage over time. And it's not just the salt shaker we need to watch. Many processed seasonings, those convenient spice blends, and even seemingly harmless sauces are actually loaded with hidden sodium. It's surprisingly easy to overlook just how much sodium adds up when you're adding a dash of this or a spoonful of that to your meals. These commercial mixes are definitely designed to quickly boost flavor, but often it's at the cost of your kidney health, silently contributing to your daily sodium intake without you even realizing it. Even foods that are naturally healthy can lose their kidney-friendly status when they're heavily salted or seasoned with these commercial mixes. Imagine a beautiful fresh piece of fish or some vibrant vegetables, both excellent for your body. But if they're drowned in salty marinades or coated with high-sodium spice rubs, they can actually become a kidney stressor. Your intention might be to make the food taste amazing, but the effect can actually be counterproductive for your kidney wellness. So, how can we protect our kidneys? It's really smart to opt for fresh herbs instead, things like parsley, basil, or dill, which impart wonderful flavors without any added sodium. Get adventurous and experiment with different spices such as garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, or turmeric to create incredible depth and warmth in your dishes. A simple squeeze of fresh lemon or lime juice can also naturally brighten flavors. Plus, making your own salt-free blends at home gives you total control over exactly what goes into your seasonings. Here's a pro tip. Before you even reach for that salt shaker, always taste your food first. You might be surprised to find it's already flavorful enough. Gradually reducing your reliance on added salt will really help your palate adjust, allowing you to truly appreciate the natural tastes of your ingredients. This simple shift in your seasoning habits is a powerful step towards safeguarding your kidneys for the long run. But hey, salt isn't the only hidden culprit lurking in your pantry. Let's talk about what else to watch out for. Number 2, turning to processed and canned foods for convenience. Moving right along to number 2, turning to processed and canned foods for convenience. In our super busy lives, the convenience that processed and canned foods offer is absolutely undeniable. But here's the thing. Many of these items, and yes, that includes canned vegetables, beans, and even soups, are surprisingly high in sodium. This high sodium content is mainly used as a preservative to extend their shelf life and enhance flavor, keeping them shelf stable for long periods. So, what's convenient for your schedule might not always be beneficial for your kidney health. Now you might be thinking, but I drain and rinse my canned foods. And while that can definitely help reduce some of their sodium content, it's really important to understand that this process doesn't eliminate all of it. A significant amount of sodium can still remain absorbed right into the food itself, especially in items like beans or certain vegetables. So, relying on these foods regularly, even with careful rinsing, likely means you're still consuming more sodium than is ideal for truly optimal kidney function. The frequent use of these processed and canned foods, even if they appear healthy on the surface, can subtly undermine your kidney function over time. The cumulative effect of consistently high sodium intake, combined with other dietary factors, contributes to increased blood pressure and puts a strain on these vital organs. What might seem like a quick, healthy meal can actually become a long-term dietary challenge for your kidneys. To genuinely support your kidney health, make a conscious effort to choose those no salt added or low sodium options whenever you're buying canned goods. Even better, prioritize fresh or frozen produce over their canned counterparts whenever possible. Fresh and frozen vegetables actually retain more nutrients and are naturally much lower in sodium. Here's a smart strategy. Prepare large batches of wholesome, kidney-friendly dishes at home, think soups, stews, or roasted vegetables, and then freeze them in individual portions. This gives you convenient, ready-to-eat meals without compromising your kidney health, truly blending convenience with wellness. But wait, even fresh, wholesome ingredients can cause trouble if you're eating too much of certain types. Let's dive into that next. Number 3, cooking with excessive animal protein. Now let's talk about our third common cooking error, cooking with excessive animal protein. Look, protein is absolutely an essential nutrient for our bodies. We need it. But a really high intake of animal proteins like beef, poultry, and seafood can unfortunately overburden your kidneys. Here's why. When your body processes protein, it creates waste products. And guess what? Your kidneys are the ones responsible for filtering those out of your blood. So, consuming excessive amounts of protein increases this waste product load, forcing your kidneys to work harder than necessary. Over time, this constant heavy workload can contribute to kidney stress and even accelerate the decline of kidney function, especially if there's already an underlying vulnerability. And get this, even lean meats and what we often consider healthier cuts of animal protein can become problematic if your portion sizes and how often you consume them are excessive. The quality of the protein doesn't change the fact that all animal protein adds to the kidney's workload. Imagine a large steak, for example. Even if it's a super lean cut, it will still produce a significant amount of nitrogenous waste that your kidneys simply must process, regardless of its fat content. A really beneficial approach for reducing kidney stress is to start adopting more plant-based proteins into your diet. Foods like tofu, various types of beans, think black beans, chickpeas, lentils, and whole grains such as quinoa and brown rice provide excellent sources of protein without that same metabolic burden on your kidneys. Plus, they come packed with fiber and other beneficial nutrients contributing to your overall health. To truly ease the burden on your kidneys, consider using animal proteins more as a garnish or just a flavoring agent rather than making them the main event on your plate. Instead of a huge piece of chicken dominating your meal, try slicing it thinly and adding it to a vibrant vegetable stir-fry. Or, crumble a small amount of lean ground meat into a hearty bean chili. What's more, integrating meatless meals several times a week can significantly reduce your overall animal protein intake, giving your kidneys a much-needed break. This mindful shift can make a substantial difference in preserving your kidney function for years to come. But hey, it's not just about what you eat, but also how you prepare it, especially when it comes to fats. Stick around to find out more. Number 4, Using the wrong types of fats. Let's move on to number 4. Using the wrong types of fats. The kinds of fats you choose to use in your cooking actually play a super crucial role in your overall health. And yes, that includes your kidney well-being. Overdoing it with saturated and trans fats, which are commonly found in things like butter, margarine, and many processed foods, can seriously increase your risk for kidney disease. These unhealthy fats contribute to inflammation and can lead to plaque buildup in your blood vessels, even those tiny ones supplying your kidneys, thereby slowing down their proper function over time. Now, for a long time, dietary advice often told us to avoid all fats. Remember that? This was influenced by older guidelines. But this perspective really overlooked the immense value of healthy fats. They are absolutely essential for nutrient absorption, hormone production, and protecting our organs. Healthy fats, like those wonderful ones found in olive oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds, are vital for a balanced diet and can actually support your cardiovascular health, which in turn directly benefits your kidneys. What's more, cooking methods that involve excessive harmful fats, especially deep frying, can actually turn otherwise healthy ingredients into potential kidney stressors. When you deep fry, foods soak up large amounts of unhealthy oils, which can unfortunately negate any nutritional benefits they originally offered. This method not only piles on unnecessary saturated and trans fats, but it can also contribute to weight gain and inflammation, indirectly impacting your kidney health. So, how do we make healthier choices for our kidneys? Prioritize heart-healthy oils like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or canola oil for your everyday cooking. Try to limit your use of frying, particularly deep frying, and instead explore alternative cooking techniques that preserve nutrients and reduce the need for excessive fats. Steaming, roasting, grilling, and baking are all excellent methods that allow the natural flavors of your food to really shine through without compromising your kidney health. Making these conscious choices about your cooking fats is another incredibly important step towards long-term kidney wellness. And speaking of too much of a good thing, let's talk about certain healthy produce that can actually be problematic if you're not careful. Number 5, going overboard on high-potassium ingredients. And finally, for our 5th common error, going overboard on high-potassium ingredients. Now, many superfoods are rightly celebrated for their amazing health benefits, but certain ones like avocados, bananas, oranges, and even potatoes are naturally rich in potassium. For folks with healthy kidneys, potassium is a vital electrolyte that helps regulate fluid balance, nerve signals, and muscle contractions. It's super important. However, for those of us with or at risk for kidney disease, consuming too much potassium can actually be harmful. Impaired kidneys simply struggle to effectively remove that excess potassium from the blood, which leads to a buildup. Overconsumption of these potassium-rich foods, even though they're generally considered super healthy produce, can lead to a condition called hyperkalemia, which is essentially elevated blood potassium levels. And hyperkalemia can be very dangerous, potentially causing serious heart rhythm abnormalities, muscle weakness, and even paralysis. This really highlights why generalized healthy eating advice needs to be carefully tailored, especially for individuals with compromised kidney function. So, if your doctor or a renal dietitian has advised you to watch your potassium intake, it is absolutely crucial to moderate your consumption of high potassium foods. You might also learn to rotate them, enjoying them in smaller portions on different days rather than consuming large amounts regularly. And here's a neat trick. Certain preparation methods can help reduce the potassium content in some vegetables. For example, You can leach potatoes by peeling, chopping, and soaking them in water before cooking. This can actually help draw out some of their potassium. Always consult with your healthcare provider to understand your specific dietary needs concerning potassium. Understanding how to manage your potassium intake is just one facet of a kidney-friendly diet. And now, let's talk about another powerful tool: knowing how to read those nutrition labels. How to read nutrition labels for kidney health. Now, let's talk about a fundamental skill for anyone who's serious about their kidney health: becoming adept at reading nutrition labels. When you pick up a packaged food, start by identifying the key nutrients that directly impact your kidneys. That's sodium, potassium, and protein. These three elements are absolutely critical for managing kidney disease or simply maintaining your overall kidney wellness. Next, you'll want to pay really close attention to the serving sizes listed on the label. Remember, all that nutrient information is based on that specific serving size. It's super easy to inadvertently consume multiple servings, and in doing so, multiply your intake of sodium, potassium, or protein without even realizing it. Also, be on the lookout for hidden sources of salt. They're often disguised as ingredients like monosodium glutamate, or MSG, baking soda, or disodium phosphate. And of course, be aware of various additives that might not be kidney-friendly. Finally, make it a solid habit to choose products explicitly labeled low sodium, no salt added, or unsalted whenever possible. These labels are truly your best allies in reducing your daily sodium intake and making smarter, healthier choices for your kidneys. Common myths about healthy eating and kidney disease. Moving on, let's bust some common myths about healthy eating and kidney disease. There are so many misconceptions out there about what truly constitutes healthy eating, especially when we talk about kidney disease. One really common myth is that all natural or plant-based foods are inherently safe for everyone. And while plants absolutely offer incredible benefits, some, as we've just discussed with potassium, can actually be problematic in excess for individuals with compromised kidney function. So it's not about avoiding them entirely, but rather understanding appropriate portions and preparation. Another prevalent myth is that a single diet works for everyone. But the truth is, managing kidney health through diet requires highly individualized advice. What is beneficial for one person may simply not be suitable for another, depending on the stage of their kidney disease, other health conditions they might have, and their specific lab results. This really underscores the critical importance of consulting with a renal dietitian, someone who can provide personalized dietary guidance tailored precisely to your unique needs. Cooking for optimal kidney health certainly doesn't mean you have to sacrifice flavor or nutrition. Not at all. Instead, it simply requires a heightened awareness and making smart, informed choices right there in your kitchen. By consciously avoiding these 5 common cooking mistakes we've talked about today, you can significantly protect your kidneys while continuing to enjoy delicious, wholesome, and incredibly satisfying meals every single day. If you found these insights helpful today, please consider sharing this article with your friends and family who might also benefit from these kidney-friendly cooking tips. We'd absolutely love to hear your own creative ideas for kidney-friendly meals in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more expert-backed health advice to keep you and your loved ones thriving.